I would just say this, exploring mines is very dangerous. This is about as dangerous as it gets. So please don't do this at home. Don't go into any mines and enjoy this from home. In this video, I take this cage from 1865 down to the 200 level here at Cerro Gordo's Union Mine. And if you're familiar with Cerro Gordo, the 200 level might cause you some pause. This is a bit of an infamous history where somewhere in the early 1870s, somewhere around 30 miners died in a collapse at the 200 level, and their bodies were never recovered. And because of that and a bunch of other reasons, the shaft entrance to the 200 level was boarded up, it was collapsed behind it, and it was essentially impossible to get into the 200 level. So to my knowledge, nobody living has been into the 200 level. There's no footage of the 200 level. You may see other videos of the Union Mine at Cerro Gordo, but none of them went into the 200 level just because of the difficulty of getting in. And so for me to get there, as you see in this video, my friend Johnny and I took the hoist cage down to about the 190 level above it. We snuck our way through the wood and then had to dig about 10 feet down into the 200 shaft. And I look out and I'm like, dude, I don't know. So Johnny jumps out, Johnny goes and he's like, no, this isn't it. You know, tell them to go to somewhere else. So again, we make them go to a different level and they're like, no guys, like that was 190. That's where you can, that's the only place to get in.
That's such a tight little space.
We'll make it bigger.
Are you stuck?
I'm not stuck, it just doesn't seem like we're in the right spot.
So we're going to... Because like, getting in is one thing, but then we also got to get out, you know?
Yeah.
And getting out's going to be a pain in the ass.
Oh. And I'm pretty thin now because of the appendicitis and stuff, but even that, I had essentially no room to get through. But we sneak our way through.
I'm gonna try to get you some more. This is hard.
Alright, don't worry about it. I'll slow it because when you do that, I feel the rock actually moving, and I don't want it to fall, you know?
Okay. Where's my water? Did it stay in the thing?
No, remember I threw it to you?
Oh, it's probably inside my backpack.
Yeah, I think it's in your backpack.
Oh, shit.
God damn it.
That's why this is all...
Yeah.
Everything's falling down. Okay.
And as soon as we enter, there's just this eerie kind of dust and like stillness back there. And I think the reality hit that nobody had been back into this mine in, you know, close to 100 years. And so we start going, and there's just branches everywhere. It's a huge level of the mine.
What you got?
Just blue rock.
That's cool. This is an old tobacco tin. Prince Albert, dude, it's full of something. All right, Prince Albert, check. All right, some type of fabric. It's looking blue, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's definitely
Denim, yeah.
denim.
That's denim. That's a pair of pants.
Holy shit. How do we go about this?
I don't know. Get the rocks out first.
Look at that fair. Oh, that's so cool. Just rips though.
Yeah, it tears. Just get the rocks out and maybe we can get
Look
the...
at that though. Imagine we find a brand. There's a seam there. Oh, dude, there's a button. Or a button hole, at least see it?
Yeah.
Damn it. Oh, dude. That's a pear. Somebody just threw a pear.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get like a brand or something. I mean, it's pretty much destroyed, but it'd still be cool to see what they were, you know? Oh, there's a button.
Yep, right there.
Oh, man. They're back here. The jeans are back here. All right, you're just asking about why they were back here? This guy probably shit his pants like 150 years ago.
So I'm touching some dudes.
50-year-old.
I'm gonna keep this good piece here.
Yeah.
Maybe they can date that.
Keep this. This button's crazy. All right, grab that. Here's another button.
Yeah, put all the buttons on that step.
Two more buttons.
Here's another one. Oh,
That's crazy. Dynamic.
boom.
Oh. What have we there? You know, it might be a blasting caps tin. Sometimes they're that shape. Yeah, maybe we'll just leave that. I think it's blasting caps.
Definitely open here. I'm gonna check it out.
And we're down there, so I know we have 3 hours, and our main goal was to find this exit. You know, the rumor was that air was getting through from the outside, rifling through the shaft and freezing the pipe in the main mine. And so we're looking for this exit, and we're finding all sorts of cool artifacts. We're finding newspaper, you know, about this deadly blizzard, another one about this boxing match.
Hundreds feared dead in blizzard. We got one over there?
Big one. It says Hollywood on it. Los Angeles Examiner?
Yeah. Come on. Give us a date.
Here it is.
Section. Oh, man.
But it's got a big headline.
Oh. February 19th.
There it is.
Not the year, though. That's so annoying.
And all the newspaper turns out to be from maybe 1910 to 1915. So that pretty much dates the last time somebody was down there.
This is an old dynamite box.
Oh shit.
Still seemingly full of potentially old dynamite. See it?
Yeah, I see it. Light it up.
That's cool.
We go back to where we entered, and there was a split right away. And one side was really collapsed with this old water tank. But we had about an hour left, and so we went over the collapse. I kind of like shimmied over the old water tank.
Oh, water tank is crazy.
Yeah, we don't need the shovel. So we need a few things.
Leave Bowden's. Fun.
As soon as I was there, I saw the exit signs.
It's the rumored exit signs.
Nice.
Maybe there is that exit after
I
all.
hope so, man. Fingers and toes crossed.
Let's get to the outside. Because if we find the exit, changes the game.
We had even had a plan with the hoist operator that if we found this exit to the outside, that we would run back really quick and tell him so we wouldn't have to send the cage down at 12. You know, that's how confident we were that we were gonna find this exterior exit. There's tons of claps down the way of the exit. So we're climbing over this stuff, it's slipping and sliding, I'm touching the wall, it's falling down. I'm not remembering to record most of this just because I'm having to use both my hands just to almost steady myself going through and climbing over. Go, 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 and then finally like backfill. And that's where they decided not to take the valuable rock up and they just throw it down an old shaft to backfill it. So they didn't have to bring it back up on the cage. And so there was no exit. That was a bummer. We had maybe 30 minutes left. So we start going back. There's this huge pile over one side. And it's like, hey, that's the only thing potentially left to explore. So we climb over this big pile. I see a hole, maybe a foot square, 12 by 12. Call it to Johnny. Johnny comes up. Johnny just dives in, He's like, hey, this is it. Let's check it out. So he's just squeezing through in this insane way, grabbing his backpack, pulling it in.
It opens up down here.
I would hope so.
All right.
Coming. And there's tracks down there?
Yeah, there are tracks.
What the
And we go and we find this whole another level of the mine.
Alright, there's a door there. Is that way? It's creepy graffiti. Let's follow the tracks first and then hit this on the way back.
Okay. Or at least there are signs that tell you which way is out.
Prince Albert. Whoa! Holy shit.
That's a nice stack.
That's a stack of dynamite boxes. Dude, this is the coolest part of the mine yet.
That?
To steal with the...
Unless it's upside down. Oh yeah, it's upside down.
Dynamite box. Hercules. A bunch of dynamite. So see it? You got blasting caps still on them. See that like rusted or that oxidized copper?
Yeah.
That's the blasting cap.
Okay.
Not what we want.
Just tread lightly.
Yeah.
What is this?
This is denim. Alright. Could be a dynamite vault because of the door. You ready?
Yeah.
It was crazy. You enter, and there was like landmines everywhere. To my right, there would be blasting caps, these old copper things with explosives on them that they put at the end of the wick to actually make the little to explode the dynamite. And those can be really unstable. I've read online of people losing their fingers by playing around with old blasting caps.
Yeah. Take a look at that newspaper, but right next to it,
And look at that tin.
yeah,
Blasting cap.
blasting caps right next to the dynamite.
There's one behind you too.
There.
They're everywhere.
An old dynamite, as it ages, the nitroglycerin can sweat out of it, or essentially like bleed out and form crystals. And the crystals can be really sensitive to friction, temperature, a variety of things. And so you can, kick it, and that friction can be the last kick you'll ever make.
But is that the ultimate conundrum? Look, I think there's denim behind the blasting caps.
Reach for it. Careful.
Oh,
I started to kind of mess around with it and then decided to leave it. It didn't look like a full pair or anything, so it wasn't worth it.
I hope this is not piles of dynamite. There's another box, carbide, tin, old track. I backfilled it. You always gotta. Ow.
We're passing our boxes to these guys, pulling them. We get back towards the exit and the hoist is there. So right on time, hoist is waiting for us. Johnny goes first and he decides like, hey, I'm gonna dig it out for you more, make the gap bigger. I'm like, oh great. I was pretty tired, so I was just chilling. He's digging.
Is the cage here? I guess it has to be if Craig's here. All right, so Johnny, get in the cage and I'm gonna kick with my feet because there's not much room anymore. There's like big ass boulders right here.
Yeah, those you can.
Shit, the roof's falling.
I know. I told you don't touch the roof. It'll collapse on you.
We're passing our boxes to these guys, pulling them. We get back towards the exit and the hoist is there. So right on time, hoist is waiting for us. Johnny goes first and he decides like, hey, I'm gonna dig it out for you more, make the gap bigger. I'm like, oh great. And then he kind of says, hey Brent, come now. The roof is collapsing, which knowing the history of that level is not what you want to hear. And it turns out as he was digging, instead of making it bigger, more stuff was just collapsing and actually making the space smaller and even more dangerous. And so I shove the boxes through, he gets them, and then, I couldn't record this obviously. For me to get out, I had to squeeze as small as I could go, and I couldn't even put my hands up because that would have been too much. So I hands straight at my side and just kick with the heels of my boots to push myself back up this ledge and hope that I don't touch any of the rock overhanging because it was collapsing on Johnny. And so it's just like, what a way to end the adventure, just kind of snaking my way back out of this thing. But we got out there, took the cage back up, that took another 20 minutes. And I think anytime you're leaving a mine and you safely have exited, it's an exciting exit. So we were excited, we were looking at the treasure that we brought back. We got back up here, we showed the hoist guys, what we had found. It was a really fun adventure. It's something that I'm not gonna do again, and nobody's gonna do again. We kind of collectively made the decision that the 200 level is too dangerous to mess around with. So we're boarding it up further. We'll find another way to stop the air from getting through. And at least as long as I live, nobody else will be on the 200 level of Cerro Gordo's mine. After I'm dead, if they want to blast it home, that's their prerogative, but that's it. So this will be the only footage that people will see, hopefully for a very long time. But, we did it, we checked, didn't find the exit, found some cool things, and I'm here to tell about it, which is the most important thing when talking about any mine exploration. So yeah, that was the 200 level of Cerro Gordo. Hope you enjoyed it, and luckily I'll see you guys next time.